Hi, let's discuss properties of asymptotic notation. First, I will discuss analogy between asymptotic notation and real number. Let f, g be functions and a and b are real numbers. Fn equals to big O of g of n. If we compare Fn with real number a, Gn with real number b, then we can write as a less than equals to b. Or simply we can write as Fn less than equals to Cgn. Fn less than equals to Cgn, if we compare with real number, that we can write as a less than equals to b. Next, if Fn equals to big omega of g of n, then we can write as a greater than equals to b or Fn greater than equals to Cgn. If Fn equals to theta of g of n, and that will compare with real number, we can write as a equals to b. This is same as C1 g of n less than equals to Fn less than equals to C2 g of n. Here C1 and C2 are constant. If Fn equals to little o of Gn, that we can write as a less than b. Just compare with the big O notation. In big O notation, it is less than equals to a less than equals to b. In little o notation, a is less than b. Or you can write as Fn less than Cgn. C is some constant. If Fn equals to little omega of g of n, that we can write as a greater than b. In case of big omega, it is a greater than equal to. In case of little omega, it is a greater than b. Or we can write as Fn greater than Cgn. C is some constant. So big O notation is equivalent to less than equals to, omega notation is equivalent to greater than equals to, theta notation is equivalent to equal notation, little o notation is equivalent to less than, omega notation is equivalent to greater than. Let's discuss relational property. First I will discuss reflexive. What is reflexive? If A is related to A, that is reflexive. Means one function is related to itself, that is reflexive. How asymptotic notation satisfy reflexive property? If Fn equals to theta of Fn or Fn equals to O of Fn or Fn equals to omega of Fn, then we will say it satisfies the reflexive property. Suppose Fn equals to n square, then we can write as n square equals to theta of n square, O of n square or omega of n square. So one function can be theta of itself, big O of itself or omega of itself. That is reflexive property. Next, symmetric property. What is symmetric? If A is related to B, then B also related to A. That is called as symmetric property. Only theta notation satisfy the symmetric property. Fn equals to theta of Gn if and only if Gn equals to theta of Fn. Let Fn equals to 3n and Gn equals to 5n. Then you can write as Fn equals to theta of n. For 3n, we can write theta of 5n, 5n equals to theta of n, or we can write 5n equals to theta of 3n or simply theta of n. So only theta notation satisfy the symmetry property. Next, transitive property. If A is related to B, B is related to C, then A should be related to C. That is transitive property. Let's see how asymptotic notation satisfy transitive property. If Fn equals to theta of Gn and Gn equals to theta of Hn, then Fn equals to theta of Hn. So theta notation satisfy the transitive property. Next, if Fn equals to big O of Gn and Gn equals to big O of Hn, then Fn equals to big O of Hn. If Fn equals to omega of Gn and Gn equals to big omega of Hn, then Fn should be omega of Hn. Next, if Fn equals to little o of Gn and Gn equals to little o of Hn, then Fn should be little o of Hn. If Fn equals to little omega of Gn and Gn equals to little omega of Hn, then Fn should be little omega of Hn. Let me take one example that you can understand. Let Fn equals to n, Gn equals to n square and Hn equals to nq. We can write Fn means we can write n equals to O of n square and n square equals to O of nq. Then we can write n equals to O of nq. That is the transitive property. If Fn equals to O of Gn, Gn equals to O of Hn, then Fn equals to O of Hn. This satisfies for all asymptotic notation. You can take different example for all asymptotic notation. Next, transpose symmetry. If Fn equals to big O of Gn, if and only if Gn equals to big omega of Fn. Suppose Fn equals to n and Gn equals to n square, then we can write as n equals to O of n square or n square equals to omega of n. So if Fn equals to O of Gn, if and only if Gn equals to omega of Fn. If n square is greater than equals to n, then n is less than equals to n square. This also satisfies for little notation, like if Fn equals to little O of Gn, if and only if Gn equals to little omega of Fn. These are the relational property of asymptotic notation. Let me summarize all the relational property with a table. Reflexive property satisfied by big O, big omega and theta notation, while symmetry property satisfied only by the theta notation and not satisfied by big O, big omega or little o, little omega. Next, transitive property satisfied by the all notation. Next, transpose symmetry that satisfied by big O, big omega, little o and little omega, not satisfied by the theta notation. Fn is asymptotically smaller than Gn if Fn equals to little o of Gn, and Fn is asymptotically larger than Gn if Fn equals to little omega of Gn. Next is trichotomy property. For any two real number a and b, exactly one of following must hold, means either a should be less than b or a equals to b or a greater than b. So every real number we can compare. Although any two real number can be compared, not all functions are asymptotically comparable. If two functions are given, it's not always possible that we can compare two functions asymptotically. Let's take an example. N is one function, n power 1 plus sin n is one function. We know sin n value range between -1 to +1. So 1 plus sin n, 1 minus 1 0, 1 plus 1 it will be 2. Means we need to compare n function with n power 0 to n power 2. This is a range. Okay, n power 1 plus sin n, its value range between n power 0 to n power 2. It's not a single function, its value vary. So we cannot compare n with n power 1 plus sin n, as 1 plus sin n oscillate between 0 and 2, taking all the value in between. So it's not always possible that we can compare two functions asymptotically. This is important in GATE exam. Once a question asked from this, that every functions are not asymptotically comparable. Let's discuss some general property. If Fn equals to big O of G of n, then A multiplication Fn equals to big O of G of n for A greater than 0. Let's take a function Fn equals to 3n plus 5, then that we can write as order of n. So let n equals to Gn. If we multiply 2 with this, means 2 multiplied 3n plus 5. After simplification it will be 6n plus 10. That also we can write as O of n. This property also satisfies for theta and omega. If this function equals to theta of n, then after multiplying some constant, it will also be theta of n. Or if this function equals to omega of n, then after multiplying a constant, it will also be omega of n. If f1 of n equals to big O of g1 of n and f2 of n equals to big O of g2 of n, then addition of these two functions f1 of n plus f2 of n will be big O of max of g1 of n and g2 of n, and their multiplication will be big O g1 of n multiplication g2 of n. Let's see one example. Suppose 2 power 100 equals to big O of 1 and log n equals to big O of log n. Then addition of these two power 100 plus log n will be max of 1 and log n. From log n and 1 maximum is log n, so you can write big O of log n. Let's see another example for multiplication. If 3n square equals to big O of n square and 2 log n plus 100 equals to big O of log n, then multiplication of these two will be multiplication of n square and log n. So you can write big O of n square log n. Let's see another example. If fn equals to big O of gn and gn not equals to big O of fn, gn equals to big O of hn and hn equals to big O of gn, then which one is true and which one is false? Option A, if n equals to big O of hn, this is true, as fn equals to big O of gn and gn equals to big O of hn. According to transitive property, this is true. Next, fn plus gn equals to big O of gn plus hn. According to formula, it should be maximum of g1n and g2n, but here addition is given. Let's take one example. Fn equals to n, gn equals to n square. And here gn equals to O of hn and hn equals to O of gn, means both are same. So you can write hn also n square. You can write n equals to O of n square equals to O of n square. This is for gn and hn. When we'll add these two, means n plus n square, it will be O of maximum of these two. As both are same, gn equals to hn. In place of hn, you can write gn. So it will be 2gn. 2gn, that will be same gn. That's why it is true, as gn equals to hn due to this. Gn equals to big O of hn and hn equals to big O of gn implies gn equals to hn. Next option C, hn not equals to big O of fn. This is true. hn equals to O of gn and gn not equals to big O of fn. That's why hn is not equals to big O of fn. According to transitive, this is true. Next, fn multiplication gn not equals to big O of gn multiplication hn. This is false due to this. It should be equals to. You can see the formula. It should be equals to. As not equals to given, so this is false. In today's lecture, I discussed asymptotic properties. In next lecture, I will discuss analysis of non-recursive algorithm. If this lecture is helpful for you, please like and subscribe. Thank you.